hello again. If you're listening to this, and if your initials are CR, I am doing this one for you. If you watched my previous one, then you know that this was a link that was left in the previous video. And when I saw it, I kind of screamed a little, and just a little scream, like a tiny scream, because I've never done a Would You Rather GOT7. I'm discovering there is a Would You Rather for pretty much every group out there. And so, yeah, this is, GOT7 is actually the first K-pop band that I really got into via another friend of mine who is currently living in Korea. And I got really into them. My bias was Jackson at first, and then Bam Bam was my bias wrecker, and then Bam Bam destroyed my bias, and I had him for a bias, and Yu-Gi-Um became my bias wrecker. So this should be interesting. I also think that Jin Young and Young Jae, not Young Bae, thinking still about the last video with Taeyang, Young Jae are quite attractive as well. So this should be interesting because I honestly don't know who I'll pick for a lot of these. Usually I go into these and I like have clear favorites. But yeah, so this one's for you, CR. You're probably one of the maybe 20 people now apparently watching these things now. So, okay, here we go. The rules are simple. You have to pick one of two choices. Have fun and let me know in the comments who you picked. Again, whoever does that. Make out with Young Jae at the cinema. Make out with Kun Pimuk in a classroom. Okay, I'm going to call him Bam Bam because I don't want to. Whoa, hold on. Well, let's go back. I'm just going to call him Bam Bam. I know that's a nickname and not necessarily his real name. And I get that, you know, it is his stage name. So it's not being disrespectful. So I'm just going to go with that. Putting that out there. When I see that, I'm just going to read Bam Bam. Make out with Young Jae at the cinema or make out with Bam Bam in a classroom. Okay, the reason I'm going with Young Jae at the cinema is because who makes out in a classroom? Like, I'm not 12. If I'm making out in a classroom, it's because I'm a teacher, and no, then that just becomes awful and wrong and maybe a crime in most places. So yeah, Young Jae at the cinema. Okay. Get your virginity, not how it's spelled, taken by J-Bum, or take Yu-Gi-Oh's virginity. Again, not how it's spelled. Well, hold on. Whoa, they're going fast through this one. I guess I'm going to have to pause quite a bit. No, go back. There we go. Oh, seriously, spell check. Make it a priority. Okay. It's hard. Because virginity was a long time ago for me, and then Yu-Gi-Oh, pretty sure it was a long time ago for him too. Yeah, so going as a purely imaginative response, I will go with take Yu-Gi-Oh's virginity. Doggy Style with Jackson and Missionary with Mark. Doggy Style with Jackson. God. Whoa, I don't know if I've ever seen that picture. Nice, Jackson. Swallow J-Bum's cum or spit Jin Young's come out. Okay, so this goes to like bad old days when I was very young. I feel like this happens with a lot of girls. Let's have a talk about this real quick. Because I feel like girls, like, we talk with each other for sure about stuff, especially the older we get, the more comfortable we get in talking about this kind of stuff. I don't know what guys talk about amongst themselves because I'm not a guy, and if I'm in the room, they're not going to talk to each other as if I wasn't in the room. So I don't know. I have on a few occasions been forgotten that I was in the room, and I've heard guys talk about girls, and they do it in a very generic sort of way. It's funny because they often get a bad rap for being, sexist and making girls into objects and that sort of thing. And I mean, yes, that's true. That does happen. But I would say, quite honestly, having experienced a little bit of both, of hearing both sides of that, I think girls are a little more likely to really kind of get into the nitty-gritty details of things. More so than guys. Like, a guy will just say, like, yeah, I boned her or whatever. He won't go into like an hour-long description of every single thing that happened, whereas girls will. So that being said, when you're a young girl and you're talking with your girlfriends about what to do when you're doing certain things or how to do things or whatnot, I think it depends on who influences you when you make that call, if you're a swallower or you're a spitter. And for me, in general, I find spitting to be offensive. Like, I don't, just regular spitting. Like, if somebody's on the sidewalk and they spit, I think it's like the grossest thing in the world. I know a lot of people just kind of take it for granted, and there are some cultures where you're expected to spit in certain situations, but I just don't, I don't like it. It's just a thing with me. I don't like it. So I made that call back in the bad old days when I was young and very, 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 very stupid. But yeah, I was never going to spit. So regardless of who it is, if the question is spit or swallow, it's always going to be swallow. So swallow, J-bums come. By the way, I hate that word. Like, I wish there was a different word for that. Okay, be blindfolded during sex with young Jay. Be handcuffed during sex with Mark. Pause. Going too quick. Be blindfolded during sex with Jay. Be handcuffed during sex with Mark. That's hard because they're both kind of the same thing. I mean, it's both like light bondage, right? Blindfolded during sex with young Jay. Have oral sex with Yu-Gi-Um. Have anal sex with Bam Bam. Oral sex with Yu-Gi-Um. What is that jacket that Bam Bam is wearing? Okay. Watch lesbian porn with Mark. Watch gay porn with Jackson. First of all, just as an FYI, they're both gay porn. If it's a lesbian or if it's two guys, it's still gay porn. But I'm going to go with lesbian porn with Mark. Have Young Jay come inside you, have Yugi and come on you. Young Jay. I don't like it when guys do that. I don't like it. Give Bam Bam a blowjob. Give Jung Young a hand job. Bam Bam a blowjob. Good picture of Jin Young now. Get spanked by Young Jay. Suck off J Bum backstage. Spanked by Young Jay. I feel like that would be interesting. Reverse cowgirl with Yu-Gi-Um. Do it with Jackson in the backseat of a car. Okay, fun story. So there's a book. If you guys know, well, most of you don't know me. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. There might be just a few of you that do know me that are watching this. You'll know that at one point in my life, I worked in adult stores. I actually helped design an adult store in terms of like where things were. And I was their number one salesperson, especially when the strippers would come in with their sugar daddies, and I would convince the sugar daddies to buy them hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. And the strippers loved me for that. So they would ask for me as their salesperson. Anywho, there's a book that we used to sell in one of the stores that I worked at that was like, you know how you have those books in your car that it's like the car manual that you always just, it's in your glove compartment and you probably never even cracked it open to look at it. And it's like huge, it's like a big giant book. There's a book like that, and they do like the Kama Sutra. If you're unfamiliar, if you're too young, or maybe you just don't know about it, Kama Sutra is a famous Indian text book. I don't know what you would necessarily call it, that describes all every single different sex position you could possibly think of. And so this book was designed as if it was a car manual, and it had like the different positions and like which cars were ideal for the different positions. Like, you know, I'm just giving an example of like, they would say like reverse cowgirl was ideal in a Honda Accord. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I love that book so much. And I gave it as a Christmas present one year to a man that I'm no longer with. And I miss that book more than I miss the man. Like, I still wish I had that book because it was hilarious. It was so funny. So that being said, long story short, I will not do it with Jackson in the backseat of a car. Because according to the Kama Sutra of cars, There's only a limited number you can do in the back seat. And they're not my favorites. This is way too long for this question. I'm sorry. Reverse cowgirl with Yu-Gi-Oh! Have Bam Bam leave hickeys on you, leave scratches all over Jin Young's back. Oh, this person knows me. Oh, God. Leave scratches all over Jin Young's back. I'm bad about that. I need to clip my nails before I do things because I'm very bad about that. And I'll just leave that like that. Okay, yes, moving on now. Go to a sexy shop. Oh, it's just a sexy shop with Mark, or have J-Bum take you to a love motel. I've seen these. Like in Korea, they have these love motels. I would totally go to a love motel just because I want to go to one once. Have sex with Jackson in his parents' bed. Have sex with Yu-Gi-Oh! In a mattress store. Okay, if I'm at Jackson's house, that's super disrespectful. The funny thing, the other side of that coin is in another video, I said that I would totally have sex with Top in my parents' bed. But the difference is my parents are like, my parents are hippies or were hippies. And they wouldn't care about that. Like it's hard to describe to people that didn't grow up in maybe that community or whatever, but free love, free sex, all that kind of stuff. They would be less disapproving of that than if they knew that I smoked cigarettes. Like I would get in more trouble for smoking cigarettes than for having sex with my boyfriend in my parents' bed. I know it's crazy, but that's just how I grew up. So, but for me, like if I'm going to my boyfriend's house or something and his parents aren't like that, and I'm kind of guessing that Jackson's parents aren't like that from the little that I know of them, that would be really rude and disrespectful, and I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. So sex with Yu-Gi-Oh! In a mattress store. Send Jin Young nudes or have Bam Bam send you nudes? Oh, I want Bam Bam's nudes. Can we make that happen? Can somebody call Bam Bam and have him send me nudes? Because I would love that. Have Mark overstimulate you. Overstimulate Young Jay. Overstimulate Young Jay. I don't think I've picked Mark once, have I? Have Jackson deny your orgasm. Deny Jin Young his orgasm. Rude. Jackson deny me. I'm not going to, that's mean. Have sex with you again with a mommy kink. Hold the phone. Have I ever seen a mommy kink in a Would You Rather? I don't think I have. Good for you, person, whoever you are. This is a new one for me. Kudos, person. Have sex with you again with a mommy kink. Have sex with J-Bum with a daddy kink. Yeah, I'm never a mommy. No, not my thing. So sex with J-Bum with a daddy kink. Although, of course, if it was just sex, I would go with Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, daddies are always going to win over a mommy thing. But again, kudos for you for putting a mommy kink in there. I've never seen that. Wake up Jin Young by giving him a blowjob. Have Bam Bam wake you up by fingering you. God. In the morning, really? It's so much work. Bam Bam. Have a threesome with Markson. I'm sorry. That was the creepiest laugh. I apologize profusely for that really creepy laugh at the beginning. Okay, sorry. Have a threesome with Markson or have a threesome with JJ Project. Oh God, this is hard. Can I have a threesome with Mark Jin? That's actually that. Can we switch that? Yes. Let's switch that. I know it's not really the answer to this question, but you know what? It's my video. I'm going to do what I want to do. So I want to have a threesome with Mark Jen. Yeah. Can we make that happen? Thank you. I feel like there's an agent going, yes, okay, Jen, what else do you want? Oh, it's over. That was the last one. Sorry. All right. So this one again was from my very, very good friend who is also in the GOT7. And I hope you liked it. And I hope you're the only one listening to this because I feel like maybe I embarrassed myself quite a bit in this one. Although the story about the car manual thing, that's gold. I may keep that. Anyways, I'd forgotten about that thing. I miss that book. I miss that book a lot. All right. Have a good night. Thanks for listening. If you have Would You Rather that you would like me to respond to, feel free to send it to me. I'll probably do it because I'm that kind of person. All right. Bye. Love you guys.